Hello, everyone. My name is Logan.
And I'm Larry, and we are excited to be your MCs tonight.
Welcome to the 2020 Championship Inclusion Celebration for Best Buddies Oregon.
We have a fantastic program lined up for you tonight, and we are so happy to spend the next hour together with you. Tonight, we'll celebrate and honor our local champions of inclusion and share more about Best Buddies Oregon. You'll also have a chance to support the meaningful work this organization does across the state. Now, before we get going, we should probably introduce ourselves a little further. What do you think, Logan?
Great idea. I'm Logan Strobel. I'm a Best Buddies ambassador, and I also serve on the advisory board for Best Buddies Oregon. I am proud to be here tonight, and as I always say, Best Buddies brings people to people who don't have people.
And I'm Larry Bennett, and I serve alongside Logan on the advisory board. Normally this time of year, Logan and I would be in tuxes and meeting with you in person in some fancy Portland venue for our annual gala. These galas are a huge part of our year when we come together to celebrate those who have been a part of our programs and ask for the donations that keep our organization going. But this year, as you know, has been so different for all of us. And so we've decided that tonight, rather than gathering in person, we're gathering virtually through the magic of the internet.
The cool thing is, we're here live, straight from where you live. We're here for you live, straight from my house in Portland. My dad's even here somewhere. He's actually how Larry and I met.
That's right, Logan. In fact, I think our first real conversation was at the 2018 Best Buddies Gala. And if I remember correctly, you were talking some pretty serious trash about how amazing the Patriots were.
You mean how amazing the Patriots are?
Tomato. But regardless, I gotta say, I am so grateful to have this guy in my quarantine pod. We're buddies, but at this point, we're really family. So it would be a lot more difficult to get through 2020 without this guy in my life.
Same here, Larry. Well, before we get all too mushy on you, shall we get this party started?
Let's do it. All right, everybody. Over the past few weeks, we've highlighted some of this year's champions through video, including the Loftus family, Jean, Blair, and their son Joey, who started an organization called Inclusive Catholic Education. You also met Dia Norris, a speech language pathologist on the coast, and Chloe Mowbray, the Best Buddies chapter president at the University of Oregon. These are just a few of the many champions making inclusion a priority in their lives. If you missed our emails, make sure you check these videos out on our YouTube page.
We have 3 more champion stories to share for you tonight. We also have our very own silent auction. It's going on right now just for you. We have over 70 items to bet on, like a trip from Utah or even a bowling basket. Larry, I know you'll be betting on that.
You know it, buddy. That and the cigars. There are some awesome gift ideas and experiences in this year's auction. So just in time for the holidays too. If you're joining us on Facebook, text BBOR Champions to 76278 to join the silent auction. That's BBOR Champions to 76278.
Tonight, you'll get a close-up look at the impact the Best Buddies had in Oregon this year, and you'll find out how to support our work across the state. Let's take a look at our first video of the night.
We are all more alike than we are different. We want to belong. We want to have friends. And we want to be respected. Everybody wants and needs that, whether they have a disability or not.
Everybody deserves to have a friend. Everybody deserves to fit in like normal. And friendship is something that everybody needs in their life.
Bridging that gap of not being familiar and not being comfortable, that's huge. And so that's what an organization like Best Buddies can do.
The organization like Best Buddies bridges that gap where we naturally make friends where we are. We make friends where we work, we make friends where we go to church, we make friends where we are in clubs around our interests, and we have that mobility and independence to do that. Students with IDD don't necessarily have that same option unless someone facilitates it.
What Best Buddies has given to me is getting to know different types of people I wouldn't normally interact with and encouraging others to have those kinds of relationships too.
It teaches us all about empathy, which we desperately need in society right now, and makes us learn from each other, and the fact that our differences, I think, make us greater in the end.
One of the coolest things last year when we did the basketball game was a couple of the moms of our special students came up to me at the end of the game and they said, "This is the first normal thing that my kid has ever done."
Inclusion means to me unity,
Welcoming.
equality,
Kinship to me.
belonging,
Friendship.
Respect. Hope.
Confidence.
Opportunities. Our community that we're here to serve has been hit very hard. In moments like a pandemic, individuals with disabilities tend to be the first to be let go from a job.
You can help Best Buddies expand our efforts and reach. Because of you and your support, we've been able to establish programs here in Oregon, even in these crazy times of social distancing. Your support can help us increase our impact.
I love that video more every time I see it.
I like how they say what inclusion means to them.
Yeah, me too. So how would you answer that? What does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion means being able to connect with people with and without disabilities to each other and to be included in everyday life and community. What about you?
Nice. To me, inclusion is about safety and connection. We're all in the same boat together through the good times and the challenging times, like we're in right now, for example, which brings us back to tonight. So we're gathered here together virtually to celebrate the 2020 Champions of Inclusion. And Logan, you've been a champion in the past for Best Buddies. So tell us, what does it mean to be a champion?
Being a champion means being able to raise money for Best Buddies Oregon or whatever state you live in and helping people like me get the opportunities to take part in activities and community.
Well said, Logan. We're holding this virtual fundraiser so we can honor our local champions and highlight some of the inclusion efforts happening right here in our home state and in our communities. Throughout this work, we hope to expand our reach and continue to positively impact and uplift people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD.
This has been a challenging year for each of us. I lost my job because of COVID, and I know many others who have too. Best Buddies gives me something to look forward to, something fun to do, when otherwise I'll probably just be sitting at home.
Yeah, I remember the day you lost your job, Lug. That was a tough day. And I think that's why it feels extra important right now that we spread joy and positivity in our communities. And what better way to do that than to recognize, honor, and celebrate people who believe in inclusion and equal opportunities for those with IDD.
The champion of inclusion you'll meet here tonight are people who have made a commitment in work, school, and community to prioritize the inclusion of people with IDDs, people of all ages and abilities.
Let's introduce our first champion of the evening. Meet this mother-daughter team who are bringing inclusion opportunities to their school after starting a Best Buddies chapter there. I think you might know these two, Lo. Let's take a look.
My name is Sophie Bear, and I am the chapter president of Best Buddies at Liberty High School.
And I'm Carrie, and I am the faculty advisor of Best Buddies at Liberty High School.
Everybody deserves to have a friend. Everybody deserves to fit in like normal. And friendship is something that everybody needs in their life. So many students don't feel included on a daily basis. They also just need a friend by their side. They need someone to call if they need someone. And I think Best Buddies has provided that for so many people.
As an adult and an educator, to me, inclusion means acceptance for everybody, but especially for our students, and just feeling like you belong and you have a place in society.
A lot of people since joining Best Buddies have told me that they didn't realize how much of an issue this really was and how many students felt left out. They always say how much fun it is and how thankful they are to be there, and just that it's really fun to get to know people that you wouldn't normally get to know.
From people outside of Best Buddies, just donating to Best Buddies Oregon to get things spread throughout the state is really important.
You can also support by just getting involved with it, whether you want to be a buddy, a peer buddy, or maybe start a chapter of your own. The more we can support, the more we can help each other.
That's my Aunt Kelly and cousin Sophie. They work so hard to show students that it's okay to be different and to have friends who are different. That's what Best Buddies is all about.
So true. And supporting Best Buddies' mission is the whole reason we're here tonight. One way you can join us is by volunteering your time to be a buddy or by joining one of our committees. Visit our website to learn more at bestbuddies.org/Oregon.
Another way you can show support through Best Buddies right now is to check out our Sour Auction. There's a lot of fun things though. Fun items though. Think holiday and shopping for the entire family. Black Friday without the lines.
And without the COVID, I might add. Seriously, there is something for everyone at the auction this year. Adults and kids and families, even your pets. Best of all, the proceeds from tonight's event will help Best Buddies expand across the state. Let's take a closer look at the auction.
Well, first those the week stay in Park City, Utah.
You ever been to Utah?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We may need to get in on that one.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of interest there.
Yep.
We have everything from great bottles of wine to this
bourbon
basket that I know Logan's going to bid on. Wait, you're 21 in 2 years, right? Or how much longer?
That's going to be next January. So if you can get to me that for my birthday, that'll be pretty awesome.
Well, let's see what we can do here. Excellent. Beautiful quilts and all kinds of Christmas gifts. We've got some Beaver swag and all kinds of stuff. The cigar, if you're bidding on the Broadway Cigar Company, which I will be, because I'm also bidding on the bourbon, and those two go together well, which you'll find out in January.
I will. Trust me.
Awesome. All kinds of things there. Christmas gifts. You can do your holiday shopping right here tonight. What else we want to highlight here? We've got the Captains of Industry basket.
Projects designed and marshaled by business owners who have Down syndrome.
Yep, Captains of Industry is a fantastic basket. And again, as Logan said, it's all manufactured and by folks with Down syndrome, business owners. Tell them what's in the basket.
It includes John's Crazy Shots, Sweet Heat Jams, Matt's Bonfire Barbecue Sauce, special sparkle bracelets, and Pilates cookies. My friends,
the Penguins book. Absolutely. And this basket is very special to Best Buddies because it's really our mission in a single basket. So it's a fantastic one.
Let's find out what supporting Best Buddies, what supporting the Sour Auction tonight will do for your community. In this next video, you'll hear from my stepmom, Mary. She's the Best Buddies chair, and you'll also meet Kelly.
Best Buddies is an organization that really brings inclusion into people's lives that are generally maybe more isolated socially. My exposure to Best Buddies was simply through seeing a PSA on TV about it and looking for opportunities for my stepson, and knowing that he was getting close to graduating from high school. It's really about building authentic friendships and authentic relationships. It's impactful for individuals with disabilities to have an opportunity to engage in those friendships. So much of the impact is on the individuals who don't have disabilities and just opening up their lives in really moving ways. Oregon definitely needs programs that offer inclusion. The financial support, the businesses that have reached out continuously and offered items for donation to raise money, all of our fundraisers, all of our financial supporters, and all of our volunteers who are growing buddy pairs, and it's really heartening to see all of the work that we've done so far that's taken a few years to get to this point, but I'm really hopeful and I'm really excited to see the next steps that come up for us here in Best Buddies Oregon.
I just started with Best Buddies Oregon. I'm the Director of Mission Advancement. I am so honored to serve with Best Buddies because the mission of inclusion is just really something that I think should be ingrained in society. It should just be a way of life. Programs like this are important because over 80,000 students in Oregon have some type of disability. That's almost 14% of the entire K-12 population. By starting to expose children at an early age with people who are different from them and pairing them in one-to-one friendships, it creates like a pure circle that can really just change a life. Throughout the night, there will be multiple opportunities for you to get involved. We have an amazing silent auction lined up, and you'll see several short videos highlighting our champions of inclusion. Tonight, we ask that you support Best Buddies in Oregon in our expansion efforts. Best Buddies is an international nonprofit organization that has chapters all over the US and beyond, and we're just getting started in Oregon. Oregon has a need, and we hope that you'll help us fulfill that need by supporting our silent auction or making a donation to support expanding opportunities for inclusion in Oregon.
Logan, you and Mary deserve a lot of credit for beginning the work of bringing Best Buddies to Oregon. So how did you first hear about Best Buddies?
Actually, I first heard about when I was watching that Food Network TV show, Guy's Grocery Games.
Ah, Guy Fieri. I know that's one of your favorite shows. Didn't you actually meet Guy Fieri though?
Yep, I did.
And what was that like?
It was awesome. I got to sit behind the scenes, watch him film the entire episode. He is such a nice guy.
That is awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, back to the silent auction. Again, you can text 76278 to start bidding. Be sure to act fast. Tonight's auction is just for you, and it ends at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.? That's less than 2 hours from now. Wait. No. 9 p.m., that's less than 2 hours from now. That's less than a Blazer game. Well, when we had them.
So true.
But your support and donations mean just as much, if not more, now.
Absolutely. Next up, allow us the honor of introducing the one and only Karen Gaffney. In her story, you'll hear directly from someone who's witnessed and experienced both sides of inclusion. Karen is an advisory board member for Best Buddies Oregon and an advocate for inclusion through her own organization, the Karen Gaffney Foundation. She is a remarkable young woman.
I work part-time in a law firm, and I have a nonprofit organization called the Karen Gaffney Foundation. I earn the money to support the work of my nonprofit by giving talks and workshops all around the country. I am also a long-distance swimmer. I swim 2 miles every day. In the past, I helped to open up a couple of Best Buddies chapters. Now I'm on the advisory board for the Oregon office, and I was one of the fundraisers for the Champions Gala in 2019. To me, inclusion is a way of working with people of all abilities and accepting people of all abilities. So it is a behavior or an attitude that says everyone is welcome. And it says, not only are you welcome, but we will all work together to help each other belong. Behaviors and attitudes of inclusion will help us all become better people. We are all more alike than we are different, because we all want the same things. We want to belong, we want to have friends, and we want to be respected. Everybody wants and needs that, whether they have a disability or not. Best Buddies helps to show others how to build an environment where people are accepted and respected for who they are. Best Buddies helps people learn how to be friends with someone who is different from you. It is as simple as that.
She's just amazing. So Logan, I've heard you say several times that Best Buddies brings people to people who don't have people. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so what does that mean?
It means so much, especially right now, when your friendship and real connection is more important now more than ever. I'm away from all my friends from around the world. Friends I would have never met if it weren't for Best Buddies. And I definitely feel lucky to have you, Larry.
Oh, thanks, Logan. You know, I couldn't agree more. I also feel pretty lucky to have you in my life, buddy. Tonight, you can help continue to make these types of friendships possible for people with and without IDD across the state. Best Buddies envisions a world where people with IDD are so successfully integrated into our schools, our workplaces, and our communities that our services will no longer be needed. But we still have a long way to go, and we need your help. For every person you heard from or heard about tonight whose life has been positively impacted by Best Buddies, there are still many more to reach. The truth is, they may be living isolated lives and not have experienced the gift of true friendship or the leadership opportunities that Best Buddies provides.
Exactly. And that's why we're here tonight. We need your help to expand and reach and deepen our impact in Oregon. Please help us change the lives of people with disabilities. If you have not yet bet on the auction item or made a donation to support this incredible organization, I encourage you to give now. There is information on how to do that on your screen. Please do not hesitate. We need your support.
So your donation of $5,000 gives the gift of friendship to countless high school students. Help us launch a Best Buddies school friendship program and ensure schools within our community are inclusive of those with IDD. You can fund a school program for students with and without disabilities to be matched in friendships. Yes, even during COVID. Best Buddies programs ensure that everyone feels included. Logan, you want to call out some of the donations coming in?
Yes, thank you for Mary for donating $500. Thank you to the anonymous donor who just donated $1,000. Thank you to Dana Norris who donated $100. Thank you to Scott Wilson who donated $1,000. And thank you to Kelly Tubeline who donated $25.
Excellent. All right, so tell them what a gift of $2,500 will do for them.
Your gift of $2,500 creates Best Buddies advocates by funding an ambassador training. You can help propel individuals with and without disabilities to advocate for themselves and become leaders in their communities.
Your gift of $1,000 trains future leaders by sending the chapter president of a school friendship program to the annual leadership conference. The Best Buddies Leadership Conference provides training for school friendship program participants. Many Best Buddies chapter presidents are just like Chloe and Sophie and want to do this as their life's work.
Your $500 gift helps match and support a one-to-one citizen's friendship between an adult with IDD and a peer without. The Citizens Adult Friendship Program provides conversations and embraces the lives of program participants and their families.
Your $100 gift funds an activity for a school friendship program. Support these inclusive programs and cover a fun experience for peers. Our chapters love movie nights, karaoke, trivia, and are always up for experiencing a new activity. And again, you can make that happen even virtually.
The truth is that any gift of any amount will make a difference. We appreciate your generous gift, large or small, more than you know it.
Thank you. Sorry, $100. Thank you, Nance. Case.
Thank you, Susie McClure, for the $200 gift.
Excellent.
It's true. I do want to take a second and say something important. Thank you to everyone who has volunteered or donated to support our mission tonight and really any time. You are literally changing lives with your time and donations.
So true. Thank you all. Now on to our final video of the night. It's hard to believe time has gone by that quickly. Hello?
It has.
It's what happens when you're having fun, they say. Last, but certainly not least, we'd like to introduce to you a very special man, Mark Matthews. Mark is the president and CEO of Northwest Pump and Equipment and our largest corporate supporter to date. You're about to hear from him and his granddaughter, Kendall, who is his inspiration for giving so much to Best Buddies. The entire Matthews family have been huge supporters. In fact, Kendall's mom, Katie, and Aunt Kelly both serve on the board with Logan and I.
They are such a great family. Let's meet Mark and Kendall.
Our company became a Best Buddies sponsor, I want to say 3 years ago. My two daughters, Katie Campbell, who's Kendall's mom, is on the board, and my other daughter, Kelly Zarazinski, is also on the board as well. So they got my wife and I involved, and then we got our company involved as well. So been doing that for the last few years. We take a portion of our profits each year and invest it back in the community for organizations like Best Buddies. And I just think Best Buddies is one of those organizations that I didn't know much about until 3 or 4 years ago, and preceding that when Kendall came into our lives. I have the same dreams for Kendall that I have for my other 6 grandchildren. There's no expectation difference. I want her to be a good person, member of society, and someone that decides what she wants in life and realizes her dreams. But in terms of the expectation game, I have no different expectation for Kendall than I do for any of my grandkids. Inclusion to me just means that we allow everybody to participate, and I think that that's such an important part of the whole process. And by somebody getting to participate, the inclusion is that they hopefully reach some success and become part of their community. We need to be empathetic, we need to learn from other people, and we need to understand that being different is a good thing, because it just teaches us all about each other and the different ways that we all do things and the different kind of people we are. Best Buddies does so much for people, socially, in a work environment, and just in general, where it allows them to succeed in the community. It's one of those things that when you give your dollars to Best Buddies, it really goes and really helps people directly, and it's just I just think they're just a tremendous organization.
That video warms my heart every time I see it. Kendall is so sweet, and it's obvious how much she loves her papa. What do you call your grandparents, Logan?
My mom's parents are my nana and papa. My dad's parents are my mama and papa. And then there's my stepmom parents, who are grandma and grandpa. They mean so much to me.
Man, that's a lot to remember. But when we're talking about grandparents, the more the merrier, right?
Right.
Speaking of wonderful humans, we'd like to thank our sponsors for making tonight possible and for the continued support of Best Buddies. Thank you again to Northwest Pump, Catherine and Frank Embry, the Karen Gaffney Foundation, and a special thanks to Bridge City Media for putting together all these great videos for us. They're all available, by the way, for you to watch and share on our YouTube page.
If you haven't made a donation yet, please consider doing it now. Help us change the lives of people in our schools and adult friendship programs, and to provide leadership opportunities for people with IED. And remember, the silent auction closes at 9 p.m., so keep an eye on your favorite items before they get bad.
Lo,
What?
I got some great news.
What's up?
I just got a text.
Mm-hmm.
Mark and Amy Matthews just gave another $5,000.
Another $5,000?
Another $5,000. Thank
That is
you.
awesome.
Thank you, Mark and Amy, for your generosity.
Much. We did it, even in 2020.
Yep. that we did. Totally. Thank you for your generosity, Mark and Amy. And thank you for everyone for bidding tonight and making a donation, no matter what the amount is. Every dollar counts. We're so grateful for supporters like you. Logan, call out some more donations coming in there.
We got a $10 donation from Kelsey Mello.
Thank you, Kelsey.
We got a $20 from Grant Matthews, which brings us into $43,005.
All right.
We got $50 from Karen Ventura. We got $50 from Judith Huffman. We got $200 from Brian Gaffney.
Excellent. All right. Keep them coming in. Look at the numbers.
We got
going up.
$1,000 from Terry Turbahorn.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
We got $100 from Tara
Oshner. Yep. Great.
We got 25 from Daniel Robertson. Daniel Robertson. We got 500 from Anonymous.
All right.
A 50 from Jennifer Kingbane.
Thank you, Jennifer.
We got a 500 from Pete Montings.
Right. Thank you, Pete.
We got $9,000.
Oh, and the total auction totals. Fantastic. All right.
We got $100, 150 from Kathleen Lynch. We got 3,000 from Anonymous.
Excellent. Woo!
We got 300 from Joan Gosnano.
Thank you, Joan.
We got 250 from Raymond Groom. We got $10 from Kelsey Miller.
All right. Excellent. Woohoo!
We got $500 from Barbara Gaffney. This is so great. Keep coming in,
Isn't
guys.
it great?
We got $100 from Tara Oatsnow.
All right.
And our last one, we got 500 from Robert Matthews.
Thank you, Robert. I want to add that I am extra grateful that I got to MC this tonight with my buddy Logan. I'm so honored to be your friend, man.
Thank you. Larry, this has been awesome. This was awesome. It's my first time MC and an event and as an MC, and we get to do it together. How cool is that?
That's right. It has been pretty cool. You better get this on your resume, man. You're going places.
But really, Larry, I'm glad you were here to be my backup because we all know I'm the star of the show.
There's no doubt about that, man. Everywhere we go, you are definitely the star. And like Guy Fieri, you were definitely born for the camera. Just spike up that hair a bit, maybe, get some highlighted on the tips, and you're on your way to an Oscar. All right, everybody. That wraps up for tonight. But remember, you can keep giving to this year's Champions of Inclusion and bidding on the online auction items until 9 o'clock.
And also remember to follow us on Facebook at Best Buddies Oregon on Facebook and Instagram if you haven't. And thank you again for being here with us and supporting Best Buddies Oregon. We hope to see you at one of our future events in the future.
Absolutely. Please continue to keep yourself safe and your family safe, especially over these next few months. We'll get through this together as individuals, in friendships, and in community.
Thank you, everybody, again. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Thank you.
And good luck, too.
And good luck on the auction items.